We're live.
Whoa, this hasn't happened for a very long time, long overdue. But here we are, Chris and Perry go live. It must be version 10 or something. Last one was back in last November. As you know, we were doing them quite regularly then, but both myself and Perry have been quite busy building our own businesses. But we're here. Perry's about to get married next week.
Madness.
Getting married. So I twisted his arm extra hard to get him here today, to get involved with this live call. We've got so much we want to talk to you about, but what we don't want to do is railroad the whole thing. We really want to hear from you guys as to what you need help with and what questions you might want answered. There's so much bullshit being shared in the groups right now that people are jumping onto and thinking it's the next great thing and it's going to save their business. But trust me, you need to learn to cut through the bullshit and stay focused on the goal at hand. What do you say to that, Perry?
Totally agree. We're going to come on to this, right? But we're going to cover things like the words game changer, isn't we?
Game changer, yeah.
No-brainer, secrets, all this kind of stuff that's been battered around out there. A quick update on can you throw us some likes? Throw us some thumbs up. Make sure you can hear us properly before we do anything else. And I've got a screen over here that I'm going to be working on as well.
We're going live to we're trying to get everyone in. So we're going live to all the groups. We're going live to Perry's group. We're going live to the Smart group. We're going live to a YouTube channel. You're going live on the personal profiles just to make sure everyone can get involved in this discussion.
And I think that's called content maximization, isn't it? Which everyone should be doing anyway.
That's called spanking it.
If they're doing like a video, you've got a podcast, a blog, and a video out.
And that does bring us onto it, right? And we're talking about things like multi-touch, right? Touching people in the marketing terms in various different channels, because one channel's not enough. So, we'll come on to that when we talk about marketing and stuff like that. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, two quick things. There is going to be a pizza arrive at some point soon. So I might have to dip out, so I apologise for that now.
As per usual.
One thing I hate about these lives, have you ever actually heard me say that? One thing I hate is that this mofo makes me look even skinnier than I actually am. I had my first personal training session today, and I was really proud of myself, and then he turns out of his guns.
Let's do a gun show, come on.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. Give me 3 months and I'll do it.
All right. Right. So, is that the power?
Evening, guys.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. So we can see that I don't need that here then, yeah?
iPhone, tablet and laptop, and you pop up on each. Wicked. The other thing, quick agenda. We're going to talk about personal brands. We're going to talk about revenue streams and how we've done quite a bit of Power Bespoke with this other new Power Next revenue stream. Talk for numbers on that. Individuality and in a copycat world.
Copy-paste world is a term I use.
I'm going to show you guys as well. Chris hasn't even seen these yet. Our little...
we got a present for you.
Yeah.
This will be unveiled later, so stick around. We're going to open it nearer the end. All right, so we've got some goodies for you. We're going to open this near the end, so stick around on the call and you'll find out exactly what's in that box. And we're going to talk about...
success and repeatable results. Like I want to make sure that nothing that I share is ever bragging. I hope no one ever thinks that, but we've gone through some really shit times and we're upping our levels each time. And I want to share some of that because I believe if you can do a certain level 1 month, which we're about to do, you can do it for 12 months. Vendor paid promotion. I want to talk about that because
important.
We've kicked off that strategy.
Yeah.
I put a post in the group a while back, and there was some disagreement around it, whether people should charge it or not. And I never believed we should, but let's come on to that later on.
It's just about opening your mind to different way of doing things. But like you say, we'll come on to that a bit later on.
Vanity metrics.
What do we mean by that? So what we mean by that is getting sucked into the whole bullshit around figures that mean nothing. Okay. Like, for example, we'll just touch on it now, like impressions on Facebook ads or reach. Don't really mean anything, to be honest. Helps you measure stuff, helps you get your click-through rates, but that's about it. But we'll come on to that a bit later on.
Another thing you want to talk about was trying to buy success. Shiny thing syndrome.
Yep. So, in terms of there's a lot of new tech, and every time a new bit of kit comes out, people use the words game changer and no brainer and blah, blah, blah. And we've got a lot of new agents that think that buying into this stuff will buy them success before really they even know how to book a valuation properly. So we want to touch on that and talk about what you actually need in your business and what you don't need.
Love that.
Perry has tried all of it, so
I'm the worst at trying to do things, Jerome.
Yeah. We've managed to curb the habit slightly, but
I've said it before. It's like
still
my
there.
biggest issue, my biggest benefit at the same time.
Yeah, same here, same
but
for me.
when Chris started helping me, it was curbing that, and
Yeah.
same with Royster when he started coaching me. It cut off half the things that I wanted to do immediately to focus.
Exactly, it's all about the focus. But like I said at the beginning, for anyone that's joining late, please post your questions in the groups, whichever group you're watching from. Post the questions in below, and we're going to answer those for you as best we can. And that really keeps the conversation going. We've got about an hour for you guys, so get your questions in early and we'll cover them. If we run over, we run over, but we'll try not to. So yeah, let's say hello to a few people.
Let's see.
Let's have a look. Let's see who's involved.
So we've got in the power.
I know I saw somebody is coming live from their hospital bed. So let's have a right. Here we go. Adrian Napa live from hospital bed.
Dedication. Right there.
It is going to be fun and it's going to be educational. I'm so glad you've chosen to tune in. Hang around. It's going to be a ride. For all of you guys that this is your first time joining myself and Perry, you'll find there's a lot of banter. There's a lot of jokes, but there's also some really serious messages involved and lots of value nuggets that will help you to grow your business.
How do I turn that thing off? That is annoying the hell out of me.
I don't know. I told you to do that before we started.
I did. I snoozed it.
As we're doing this, we're watching the screen and we've got 3 million notifications from.
But if I remove from Chrome now, I'm worried I'm going to break something.
No, that's not push bullet that's doing that.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's snoozed. Oh, don't worry about it. Just leave it for now. Leave it for now.
Personal brands. Let's do it.
All right, let me just dive into these comments and see what's going on.
Yes, it's also quick hello. A few people in the Power Agent. We've got Tony Lister. That's like the best name for an estate agent, isn't it?
It is the best name. When I first saw that, I was like, that's the best name for an estate agent.
Tom McGee, Legend, Michael Robert Bailey. Michael Bailey. Bailey's a cool name. That's
Robert Bailey.
That's one of my kids' names.
He's put all the names there, so I think he wants all the names to be used.
And Rob Smith, Legend, up in Wales.
Definitely. Rob, I always see Rob's face pop up on these calls and gets involved in the stuff that we push out there. So that's really cool. Tony's actually up in Inverness.
Nice.
Yeah, he runs a Remax operation up there. So that's quite cool. Property gurus. I don't want to cover that. I want to cover the word guru and king and all of that, right? Me and Perry, for example, we're just guys that know some stuff.
Well, I think the important thing is we're just doing it.
We're just doing it. We might know a bit more than the next guy, but there are no gurus and there are no kings. There is no king of Facebook. That term's really getting on my fucking goat, to be honest. But anyway, if you want kings of anything, you go to the top of the game, and we're just people that are still learning, and we've got something to pass on, and that's it. That really is it. But so thank you. It's very endearing. Really appreciate it. But we are no gurus. We're just people that know a little bit more and want to help you guys to get on with your stuff.
And I've kind of decided as well that Power Bespoke has become like a little test bed for everything. Like Rob has been to our 2-dayer, and everything we do at that, we're kind of sharing it in here first, which is why we're going to do them twice a year, take it to the 2-dayer with successes and failures. Yeah. No doubt something that I was trying to do in the last one will be not us doing it anymore, because we're kind of trying it as we go. So yeah, we're just walking the talk, so to speak.
Yeah, and passing it on. Walking the walk, talking the talk, talking whatever. Hello to John Paul. Thank you very much for joining us. Really good to have you on board. He is a legend. Yeah, I mean, if you want to brand anyone a guru,
there's one guru.
There's one guru, and that might be John Paul. When it comes to systemizing your business, this guy
structure,
literally eat systems, shit systems.
Yeah. Even shit in your hands and clap.
Yeah, he'll get a system for that. That's one of his all-time best. Guy, if you want to structure your business in a methodical way and make sure you're getting the most productivity out of it, speak to John Paul. Join his group, the Agency Growth Strategies.
Yeah.
Just look it up. It's you'll find it. Message John Paul, he's in
And what I
there.
love about John Paul, right, is that he's a proper business owner,
Yeah,
right? So I think of myself still as an estate agent, and I'm totally cool and content with that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm an agent. We've got another 9 agents here, but I'm still just an agent finding my way, trying to grow an agency. He's got like a full-on operator, like he's an MD. He's got an MD, and I love all that kind of infrastructure.
Yeah, me too. But there's different folks with different
Exactly
strokes,
that.
right?
There's no rule for everyone that should be the same.
Yeah. But yeah. So if you need that sort of stuff, he's the man. If you want to learn how to do the day in, day out agency, well, follow Perry if you're not already. Right. So where were we?
Personal brands.
Hellos. Personal brands.
no.
Personal. Any more hellos? We got another legend on board, Christopher Watkin. Now, I mean, do we really need to say much about that guy?
That is king status. I reckon.
Yeah. And look, one thing I want to say, and you know, Chris hasn't asked me to say this. We're not involved in any way whatsoever, but a real important thing that people need to get on top of right now. I mean, I don't understand how we leave things so long, but if you want to get serious with building your market and using social media to do that, and you should be using social media to do that because there is really no other channel right now, you need to get onto video. Okay? You need to get onto video, and someone that's teaching agents how to do that really, really, really cheaply is Christopher Watkin. Okay? So get onto his course. Just do it. It's like 400 quid for a day
JFDI.
to learn how to present yourself on video, on camera, and give information to your market.
And like, I guess edit them and stuff as well.
And
All
edit
that,
all of that stuff. All right. So
that's the bit that I never learned. I just recorded it and then just sent it off. But
yeah.
really, to get
Well, we
edited,
learned by just being shit and then getting better and better, right?
should
But
learn
if
that
you
more,
want to
really.
if you want to bypass the stage of being shit and get to mediocre straight away, get on the course, just do it, and then take what you learn. And this is going to take us onto the copy pasting, but take what you learn and use it as a base to generate your own channel, right? Your own personality. And that brings us on to the personal brand stuff, right? So I know you've poked me a couple of times on that. So let's talk about that now.
yes, that ties in a lot because personal brand, individuality,
Yep.
copying or not, or copying and throwing your spin on it. Like, I guess the bottom line is your personal brand is what you are day in, day out.
Yeah.
And so this ties in well. So I don't think there's ever a professional brand and a personal brand. I believe there's just the one thing, in my view.
Right. Okay.
Like, so I never used to, I don't like wearing suits to work anymore because that to me was a uniform.
Yeah.
Right. And take the uniform away and you just become Perry.
Yeah.
And Perry's the same whether he's down the pub or Perry's the same whether he's in someone's living room. So that is important. So your personal brand is all about you. But also when you see stuff you like, and we all copy people, right?
Yeah.
Success isn't owned.
Yeah.
I like that one. It's rented and you copy people or you imitate people in your own way.
You've been swallowing them books again.
But where the problem comes is when people are copy and pasting stuff of somebody else's personal brand.
Yeah. Look,
Because then that's not it. Then that's not authentic.
yeah. Okay. So we've kind of swerved personal brand and we've come on to the copy pasting, right?
Soz.
So let's deal with copy pasting, right? So what we meant by that copy paste, being individual in a copy paste world. This might hurt some of you, but I've been in a stage for 15 years and now I'm outside of the business looking in, helping people to grow theirs. And I see a lot of people jumping on to good ideas, stuff that Perry shares, stuff that I share, and stuff that other people share, and copying it exactly. Now, you know, we're in a world where differentiation is probably the most important thing you can have to help you generate the fees that you want to earn, right? So if you're copying stuff verbatim, is that how you pronounce it? Right?
Verbatim.
Whatever. Yeah,
Verbatim
word for
line.
word, right? If you copy stuff exactly as the next person, you're not going to be any different. You need to take those ideas that we share and use it as a baseline, you know?
Because let's say someone like does copy and paste it, and I've seen it out there. People are copying and pasting my Sam Hunter's on this live in the Power Agent, and he is the part of the creator of Home Search, and I'll get to that comment in a minute.
Sorry.
And
I just wanted some funny comments, man.
and so he created a Home Search, awesome, I think, tool for agents. We've then been running Facebook ads with planning the movie and blah 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 to get your free bespoke
Yeah,
home search report,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So I've seen quite a few agents that have pretty much copied and pasted
yeah.
my ad copy, which is totally fine. I love sharing, but it's not good for you because I've written how our brand and how I
Yes,
speak.
exactly. That's exactly the
And
point.
then what happens is when you go in the living room and it's like a complete disconnect between that's not the kind of wording and terminology or
Yeah.
I was expecting you because our brand image for Power Bespoke and mine is just like real fun yet focused, real people.
Yeah.
Like, don't
Yeah.
fluff it. So
I think what
that's
we're
the
trying
main
to
thing.
say there is if you are if we use that as an example, there's nothing wrong with you also doing an advert with a home search report on it, or yeah,
That's what I mean.
But
Yeah,
just
it's working
word
well.
it differently. Use a different picture. Come up with your own words, right? Because that's what people are going to buy into. It brings us back to personal brand, right? Use your own words. Speak to people in the way you would normally speak to them, minus some of the profanities maybe. But, that's who they're going to warm to. That's who they're going to get to know, like, and trust. I'm going to keep using those three words, know, like, trust, because they really are what are going to help you to build your marketplace and get people to pay you the fees that you want and that you deserve.
Nicole thought we were falling out of each other.
I think maybe we did slightly.
Did we?
Perry's not said anything, but I think I might have upset him somewhere along the line, a little tiny
No,
bit.
definitely don't think you did because I would say something. When we're not in the same room, then
Well, no,
guns are a little bit
He'll
intimidating.
WhatsApp me later and say, actually, yeah, it was. No, we've just been really busy, Nicole.
Been
Really,
mental.
really busy.
Lisa Curran, matching tops. Yeah, we kind of have, haven't we?
Yeah, a little bit.
Jamie, there's. I want to get to this comment quickly before we move on because what's the easiest way to create a downloadable PDF e-guide for data capture?
All right, so right, we'll come back to that. Let's write that down.
Yeah, go on in.
I found my comments finally.
Yeah, I've done the same. It wasn't on full screen. Hello, again, we covered that. We're not gurus. Hi, Tony. Yeah, we've done all that. There's one here which I'm going to spank him for in a minute. First time I've seen your hair combed, Sam. The hair, man. So I've been trying to hold off as much as I could to get a shave done and my hair cut.
Yeah.
Because I've got my mates coming around on Sunday to cut my hair before the wedding, and I'm going to a proper shave. But I look such a tramp today. So I quickly went in hairdressers and said, "Can you just quickly wet and blow dry this?" And it's what she'd done to me.
Look, we need to cover personal brand because we swerved it.
All right.
We need to cover because people are asking about it. Right. Let's talk about the difference, right? Okay, and how I see it. Personal brand is what you're going to use to grow authority, okay, and position yourself as an authority and a knowledge giver in your specified topic, which is a state agency. Okay, that's where you're going to share your value from, your advice, your tips, all of that stuff. That's where you're going to serve your adverts from, because people trust people. When you see an advert from a company, most people are blind to that, but when they see an advert from a person, it looks like a post and it generates a bit more interest, so they're more likely to click through, especially if it's a cold lead. Okay, so if you're trying to get conversions, it's the personal brand that you want to use. And something I said on a call last night, in terms of building your trust and using the know, like, trust. I mean, when was the last time you built a relationship with a brand? When was the last time you built a relationship with a brand?
Like a logo.
You just don't, do you? You build relationships with people.
At the brand.
At the brand. And sometimes, even when that person moves on, your relationship is still with them.
I've got something to say on that.
And which is why it hurts some companies when top people leave. Pieces here. All right. So I'll carry on talking about this. So the personal brand has real value when trying to build that reputation, build that relationship, and build that trust, which will help you get those fees when you're in the door. When you're in the door, people are much more willing to pay you because they know you are the expert and you are going to look after them than pay a faceless company that they don't even know, that they've just called round because it's one of the 3 estate agents they've called in. Okay, so if you've built that trust and that reputation in advance in yourself, then it's much easier to convert those clients when you need to and really get those fees you're looking for. I'm not saying you should get rid of your company branding. That's still good for other stuff. That's good for that security blanket, so that people know there's a bit of back in there, right? They're not just hiring some random guy or girl. And also, It's good for sharing stuff that, all the scrollable stuff like property updates, property market stuff, anything that the company's doing in the community. That's all really good to share from the company page. Okay, so you have both, but it depends on what your goal is. If you're targeting a cold audience and you want to convert those people into leads, then you're going to use a personal brand. And what we mean by that is like a page on Facebook that has a picture of your face on it and your name. And you're not going to put Perry Power, estate agent, Reigate, just Perry Power, okay? So that they can have that feeling that they're just speaking to a person. Oh, I think pizza's coming. So I hope that covers that. If there's any questions on that, please just post them in and we'll get those answered for you. Hello, Claire. Let me just check over here, see if there's any questions. Chris, I've never seen you so excited. What were you saying? That I'm always not excited. I'm always excited on these calls. It's been a long time since we've done one. Let's have a look. Tom says, better throw out the turtlenecks. That made me giggle. I tell you, I was giggling my asses off. Oh, I've got a present for you guys before Perry comes back. Look who's here. Look. There they are. Thought you might like those. Sam Hunter says, first time seeing the hair combed. Yeah, it's been a while. Chris loves us. Love him too. Let's have a look. Oh, back to there. What we got? We got some pizza, Perry. Pizza, yeah. Perry. You should open a pizza chain. Pizza Perry sounds so good. I am. So I'll dive in. I've covered property personal branding.
So I think on that, just want to add something before. Yeah. I've kind of forgotten what I was going to say on it, but
you were stuck on the copy paste bit.
Yeah, but whether you've got a Facebook page, your personal brand, or whether there's differences. There's like running ads from it. I get that. We trial both, and you will pay us higher cost per lead with a brand page. But then there's a slight argument that if you're a new business and you want to promote a bit of brand awareness at the same time, it's worth taking the slightly higher cost per lead.
No, disagree.
All right, and we can do that without doing everything.
Yeah.
And we'll come to that in a second.
I think if you're pumping out leaflets to the local area, which you shouldn't really be doing unless you've got a key goal in mind.
Though, surely. Why not do leaflets unbranded with a picture of yourself on it?
Yeah, because it's a bit like, well, who's this geezer like dropping a leaflet through my door? It's a little bit cheap. But online, where you're using your personal brand to try and get people to read your post, that click on it.
I don't agree with that anyway, but we can disagree.
Yeah.
But it's not like Chris is the digital guru guy. So I said the word guru. Chris is the digital marketing king. Oh shit, I said king.
For fuck's sake. God. What about God?
I do.
God, I'll say that.
Chris is one of them, and so I do respect his decision more, but I'm a stubborn bugger, and it would cost me usually a couple of grand to find out he was right when I've wasted loads of budget.
And I'll be there giggling.
But because Power Bespoke is I've done both, and the personal brand is both your Facebook page, but also in the agency when you're working day to day as well.
Yeah.
But a lot of agencies.
It depends on your goal. That's what it boils down to.
They're still in that kind of, I work for so-and-so. You don't, you work for yourself, and you happen to partner, whether you're employed or not, or self-employed, with a brand. With that brand. And here's my biggest tip on this. I've always seen my agent, so Power Bespoke, or anyone I've worked for, as the vehicle that markets the property when the house is on the market with Perry.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
that's
so
exactly right.
Perry attracts the business, Perry closes the business, and Power Bespoke is a vehicle to get it out to the market.
I mean, that's a good analogy. It's like a driver in a car, right?
Yeah.
You trust the driver, but you need the car to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just got to decide who you want to drive with.
And that's massively in the future with the hubs, with the platforms. There's a lot of talk out there at the minute about platforms and all that kind of stuff. Personal branding and personal brands are going to get more and more
important, definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's something that I took exception recently to all this talk, and me and Perry definitely disagree on this point, but it got to a stage where I really had enough of people talking about US and Australian estate agents and what they've got to teach us and this, that, and the other, and looking over there for solutions, because I think we've got some great estate agents right here, with just that our system may be a little bit broken, but what they do really well, especially the US agents, is you hire a person, man. When you see a board, it's their mug on the board. It's not like, the name of the firm. People have personal agents that they deal with, and they recommend the agent Perry, not who Perry, the umbrella that Perry works under.
But what I would say on that is, I know you don't agree, and some people are saying it's not all about, forget whatever country it is. But whenever change starts, there needs to be a beacon to follow.
Yeah.
And adapt to. So I'm not saying we're going to be an Oz model in the next 10 years. We'll be a British model of probably taking a bit of everything.
Well, yeah, just fixing what we've got. And it starts with yourself. It starts with learning how to book a market appraisal properly. It starts with learning how to sell yourself and your service when you're in the home. It starts with knowing that your fee is generated way before you even get to the appointment. It starts with learning how to cold call and follow up your prospects regularly. There's so much that we can already fix in our own system. I mean, shit agents will be shit agents, whatever system we follow. Right? It's as simple as that. If you can't do the basics, it's not going to work if you're part of a fucking hub, if you're part of Keller Williams, if you're part of whatever other franchise wants to.
I've heard there's one called Power Bespoke out there.
Power Bespoke or any other hub, or if it's UK based or Australian based or US based, right? First things first is learn the skills.
And that ties in also with, if we skip down a little bit, try to buy success.
Yeah.
I said in a post recently in the group, and we talked about it earlier, that the future's owned by technically brilliant, tech-enabled estate agents.
Okay.
And I think there's a lot of people out there that are thinking that they can sign up to something.
Yeah.
And then it makes them good.
Yeah, actually, for sure.
There's no point having some tech.
Sorry, excuse me.
If when it comes down to it, you're on the phone prospecting, you can't convert someone.
I spoke to a client of mine literally yesterday about this very thing, and we all call it shiny object syndrome, but there's so many things right now trying to leech every penny from your business, okay? And each new thing is a game changer or a no-brainer or a secret tactic or whatever, but I'm going to come on to that actually. But remember this one thing first of all. You can't call something a game changer until it's actually changed the game. Yeah. When you call something new to market a game changer, you're bullshitting because it hasn't changed shit. You could say potential game changer. I'd let you get away with that. But if you're saying game changer before it's changed anything, then... And then you know what? I've got to be honest. I'm probably culprit of using it in the past, but I've learned from my mistakes.
I definitely am that. I love the odd no-brainer.
No-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. Is it? Is it really? I mean, there's so many no-brainers, right? I mean, the only no-brainer is the person that wrote the flipping quote. Now, I digress. There's so many, so many little leeches on the business, and you really got to look at. And I do the same thing with like lifetime deals that I get stuck buying like regularly and never use. You can't buy success with these things. Each thing will make your job maybe a little bit easier, but we then fall into the trap of reliance, right? Like we have done as an industry with the portals that we use. I mean, they're great tools, but we've fallen into the trap of having to need them. We've fallen into the trap of them getting away with advertising the fact that if we're not on the portal, well, then we're not marketing property. Well, that's bollocks, okay? And because we all fell for that years ago, we now can't get rid of it, or no one's really got the cojones to do so. So don't fall into the trap of thinking you need these things. You need prospecting tools and you need extra portals. The fact is, if you're on one, people will find you. You're not going to get a million more leads by being on all of them.
Serious, right? All you need for success in this market, particularly, and in any market, is a mobile phone and a list of people to ring.
Yeah,
I know it sounds stupid, and I know that the portals feed that data list, but it doesn't have to be the case. And you can argue any which way. Like sales is about selling what you do rather than what everyone else does, right? So
you know what? Sorry. I know I'm taking a lot of this space, but it goes back to know, like, trust, right? the reason you have to have all the bells and whistles when you get to the appointment to even give yourself a chance of getting that instruction is because they don't know who the flick. They don't know who you are. They don't care about you. So if you haven't got all the bells and whistles, you ain't got a chance, right? But if you've built a relationship with these people from the beginning, from catching them on a Facebook ad months ago to delivering value, to giving tips and advice and showing them how you get the best possible price for property using Facebook, for example, or Google or whatever it is, by the time you get there, you're not going to have to explain yourself. You don't have to go, oh, yeah, oh, no, actually, we're not on Rightmove. But we do this. And then like, well, fuck off. Yeah. It's because you've left it too late that you're now having to say, well, actually, yeah, we're on Rightmove, Zoopla, on the market, every other portal under the sun. We also have Matterport camera, this camera, that camera, virtual tours, brochures that people can, with virtual reality fucking holograms, right? That'd be next. Yeah, we've got all of this stuff to showcase your house. You need to put all of that stuff out because they don't know who you are and they don't give a shit either. But if you'd have built that relationship beforehand, you literally will need exactly what Perry just said, a mobile phone and a list of people to ring. And that's it.
I like that one, mate.
I'm going to go and calm down and have a slice of pizza. I'm going to leave you with Perry because he needs a bit of time on camera.
Go and take a minute, darling, right? Right, so I want to talk about levels, right? So it's no secret that a couple of years ago we were really struggling, and I've had to rejig a lot of things, and I was making a lot of mistakes, but I'm loving it, every minute of it. And this month we're on course, and please don't think I'm saying this to brag, because we're not. It's not like this every month, but we're probably on track to bank about 170,000 quid. The reason I say that is that average is usually, for the past 6 months, have been about average of 50 to 55 grand a month. And we're on track this year to hit 800 grand. Now, the reason I say that is because what that's done, because we've done it once, or we're going to do it once. And even if it come out 140 grand or 120 grand because a few sales get pushed into next month, then so be it. But the reason I say that is because now it showed me that it can be done. So I think the reason why I like to share stuff is just show people what can be done. And I've had a lot of messages from agents that have been really downbeat, really struggling, having to change a lot of stuff. And some of them have had to close the doors. And it's so upsetting, because there is help out there in stuff like these lives, and there's lots of help for people. I'm as helpful as I can possibly be with the time that I've got. Chris is helpful, John Paul's helpful. There's loads of people out there that really try and help. And because of levels, like I was really over the moon when we'd done our first 50 grand month and 80 grand month. And I'm now over the moon that we're going to do our most likely first 160 grand month. And it's now proved to me that if I'm going to do it for 1 month, we can do it for 12 months. And a big part of that has been, I touched on it briefly, but our revenue maximization, our revenue streams maximization. And a big part of that has been our Power Neg service that I've spoke about in the past, where we are maximizing. So Royston, my coach, talks about the AMR strategy: acquire, maximize, retain. That's all about acquiring clients. Yeah, we're all trying to do that all the time, every day. As agents, we think that's all we need to do. Then you've got maximization. How do you give more value to that client to then get more value back in payment to make your revenues increase? Then there's retention. How well are you retaining? I know we had a few months before I was being coached where we lost more instructions than we gained. That's 2 months of going backwards. So when you start putting that stuff in place, it's really quite mad. But the Power Neg service, just give you some ideas, right? My belief is that everybody should have professional negotiation expertise helping them. Whether you're a seller, obviously sellers get that anyway for when as part of an estate agency service, but I think buyers should have it as well. And this is what we've done. So, and this goes back to Richard Rawlings years ago, watching him talk about the buyer rep service. And we're currently running at a 20% opportunity rate, which isn't good enough, but it's good in terms of volumes. So when you look at instructions, say we get 100 instructions and 50% are buying on, that's 50 opportunities to negotiate clients' onward purchase. And this quarter alone, so let's say 50 of those, we end up negging 10 of them. That's a 20% opportunity rate. Whereas I want to be at 50% by the end of the year. Because when you look at the figures, it's adding an extra 2,600 quid to our already 6,000 quid average fee. That's massive. 2, 4, 6. What's that, like a 33% increase in fee from offering a service that you already do every single day of your life?
That's quick math.
Quick math. So that's really been great, and it's helping us battle this tougher, lower volume, whatever we're trying to push fees up. It doesn't even matter. We could keep our fees the same and compete with everyone else in the area and increase revenues by just offering this additional service. And I think this year we've done probably 100 grand this year. I mean, bearing in mind
that service.
Yeah, and that's a massive uplift on what if we didn't do it. That's 100 grand, and we definitely ain't made.
Yeah.
Without that, that's actually probably our profit year to date. Not 100 grand, but we haven't made that much profit yet this year. But if we hadn't had that revenue, we probably wouldn't be profitable. So you could argue that we're a shit estate agency business, but the onward negotiation service has really been great from a value point of view. Clients love it.
And it's pure profit.
Yeah, there's no cost. There's no marketing costs. It's a couple of days, 3 days of negotiation against an agent that wants the same thing as you anyway.
So how can people learn more about implementing that into their business, Perry?
Do you know what? It's so many. We've trialled and errored this for like 18 months. So they can either trial and error it and find their own way of doing it, which is great, or come in November to our 2-day boot camp.
Okay, so you're going to be teaching people about the boot camp?
Yeah. So that's a massive part of the 2 days is the
right. Okay, well, I didn't know that.
Revenue.
Right. So let's clarify that a little bit of a what do you call it?
You took it down this plug route, not me.
A little bit of a plug. But in November, Perry will be carrying out another one of his boot camps with Royston Guest.
Yeah, it's kind of Royston's boot camp, and I'll be there as well, on the whole.
All right.
I don't like it being it's Perry's boot camp.
I said Perry will be at a boot camp.
Yeah, no. All right.
It's true, right?
Yeah, it is true. It is Royston Guest sharing the power agency strategy.
Let me rephrase. Royston Guest will be having a boot camp. At this boot camp, he'll have a little tiny sidekick called Perry Power. And they will teach you how to add power negotiation strategy into your business. Yeah. If you want more information, message Perry.
Awesome.
Right.
Thanks for that. Moving on.
No worries.
Let's go. So that was that one. How long have we been so far anyway? Where's the timer? How long have we been?
40 minutes. All right, so let's move on.
Time flies.
What we got?
We've got...
Guys, get your questions in. I haven't seen any questions yet. You want to get value out of this call or what? It's going to be another 3 years before we get the next one going. So write your questions in and we can get them answered for you. Right. Let's talk a bit about Facebook ads and stuff. Right?
That sounds appropriate. You're the guru.
I know a little bit about that stuff. Have we scrolled the screen? Because I'm like, why is my head chopped off?
I know. I keep sinking down. It turns out I'm actually in shot perfectly.
I was like, when I came in, I was like, why is he down there? Let's go back up. Right, let's talk about Facebook ads. Because I've been seeing a lot.
Now, hang on. There have been a couple of questions.
A lot of shit about Facebook ads lately and posts and organic reach and this and that and la.
Can we quickly go to Michael's question? Because he did actually ask a question.
I was in the zone.
I know, but you keep saying we're not getting questions.
Right.
We are getting questions. Right. What's the easiest way to create a downloadable PDF e-guide for data capture? So that's a form, and it linked to delivering the guide in an email.
Create a downloadable PDF guide. Well, first things first, you need the content, right?
Yeah.
So if you've got the content, that's easily done. There's loads of tools online. You can get Adobe Acrobat can help you do that. Is it Adobe Acrobat? Yeah. There's loads of good stuff. There's a tool I use called Beacon, which helps you even convert your blog posts into PDF guides. So
there's a link in there, isn't it? And it just
so there's Beacon. There's a couple other ones.
I think
Beacon.
Yeah.
Just choose Beacon. Even Beacon, it will even give you the lead capture form to put on your website, right?
And don't sweat it either. Like one of my best guides is my 30 mistakes to avoid when negotiating. It's an A4 bit of paper with 13 numbers on it.
It doesn't need to be amazing, as in the design of it. The content should be of value.
Good is better. Good done is better than perfect never done.
Yeah, that's right. So just make sure you're putting out some value, and that's going to be the introduction to the know, like, trust. Okay, so that's what's going to get them on board and think, wow, this person knows what they're talking about. I'm going to listen to what they have to say. What else we got? I saw something from Tom about
Turtleneck.
Going back to basics.
Yeah, I'm getting down to that. So, hi guys, Chris. I've never seen you so excited. This is what happens when it's in Power HQ. That was ages ago. Right, scrolling down. Tom, it's old school, but we're going right back to prospect list and sell, negotiate.
That's not old school. Let me tell you what that is. Together. That's new school. Because people have forgotten about that, so we might as well but that's new school.
This reminds me full circle.
Yeah,
right? You know, like back in the day, this was happening with a state agency. Back in the day, it was all about the local butcher.
Yeah.
Right? Then Tesco's.
And now it's...
With their... Is that a good analogy or what? Share one of them. I'm doing a Christmas.
I mean, even the other day, I went to the grocer to buy my tomatoes. Why? Because I've had enough of buying these vine-ripened tomatoes from Tesco that have literally no flavour. You've got kids growing up nowadays that don't like strawberries. What?
Yeah.
You don't like strawberries? Yeah, because they've only ever eaten Tesco, ones that they pick when they're white, and by the time they get to the store, they're a little bit red.
One of them Haribo straws.
Yeah, so they have no idea. But you go down the grocer, you get proper service, you get proper flavour. It's the same with estate agents.
It's coming back now, yeah, just that personal content.
Exactly.
You should talk in a minute about dynamic page stuff.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Look, you can't be lazy with this, guys. You can't buy success like we said earlier, okay? You have to get stuck in, roll your sleeves up, go hit them streets, speak to people in your market, farm your market. It's your marketplace. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. It's your fucking town. Go out there and take it over. Speak to people. Go to the church fete. Go to the school fete. Go to all of it. Get your name out there and start making relationships. And that is what's great about like Facebook ads that drive cold leads, okay? Now, somebody said to me earlier, in fact, you know, I want to actually pull it up.
Can I go on something else we're doing that?
Yeah,
because I've got it's quick answer. Sam Hunter's put, talk us through great content an agent should be doing if they're wanting to grow their database, right? I love this because I've obviously been quite hot on content over the years, and that's what's helped grow Power Bespoke to a certain level. And it will continue to, because the agents within Power Bespoke now are doing their own content. I'm massive. I read somewhere that people are more risk adverse than benefit gain. Does that even make sense? You know what I mean? People are more likely, if they saw an ad saying...
People are more risk averse than benefit
or something. Yeah. So if you put like 7 mistakes to avoid when selling your house, they're more likely to take action on that as opposed to 7 things to sell your house.
But you know what? I think trends change. I think that was true for a long time. But I think you'll find that trends change over time because people get used to stuff. So they'll start to get blind to negativity and start to see more. So I actually changed mine now to take out any negative connotation and put all positive stuff. It's like split test. It's even like buttons, right? 5 years ago, marketers would swear blind that green buttons convert the best when you want to get someone to click something. But actually right now it's red buttons. Because people get blind to the green and think...
Because it was green, then it was orange.
Yeah, now they associate green with, they're trying to get me to sign up. So they don't. Whereas they'll click the red one, so...
Whereas red's danger.
Or it used to be.
As far as branding goes, like stay away from red.
So someone said to me earlier about their online ads, and they're running, ads to a valuation tool and saying... And their point to me was, I'm doing that, but no one wants to sign up straight away. Well, so... you just fill the funnel, fill the mailing list, push them in and nurture them through as long as it takes. What are you going to be closed in 2 years' time? So if that person becomes a client in 2 years, was that not worth it? And one thing I always say to people, if you want a steady stream of leads that are ready to instruct you today, create a pipeline of leads that are ready to instruct you tomorrow. Okay? Because as long as you do that, when tomorrow comes, you'll always have that pipeline of leads, right? Just keep coming in.
And it's about the marketing mix, though, right, as well. So
I don't want to use an analogy before we go into that.
Go on.
Because I thought of it on the way down here in the car.
Love that.
It's like planting a seed and wanting to eat apples straight away.
Yeah.
It just don't work, does it? You've got to plant the seed, water the tree, it will grow, you pick apples, right? And you're going to have your own apples. No one else is going to be eating them apples apart from you. And everyone else is too busy fighting at Tesco's for the ones they're giving. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from a business, from what I'm learning with Power Bespoke is the business operational side of it. Is that kind of lead gen is also you need like so we've got a thing at the minute where we've got our longer term lead nurture
Yep.
thing, and online Val Tool's great for that. Nothing better actually, because everyone's curious for it. But it's people that expect the instructions this month that are gonna. You might get them,
Yeah.
but you shouldn't expect them at times, in my view.
I'll disagree that there's nothing better. A valuation tool, whilst we promote the valuation tool in our Facebook course and stuff like that, is only because it's easy and it's the lazy choice. My first option would always be for you to create something like a guide or a giveaway that people can have.
Oh, and actually rewind quickly. Sam's answer is if you've got like the same piece of content, you can have different advert headings or titles or cover for that content.
Yeah.
With the same content.
Yeah, but
So
also you can
don't ever sweat
repurpose
it.
your content.
And also dumb it down. We think at a higher level than the homeowner. So we're
Yeah.
thinking like advanced. They need to know this mistake that I made, and then I was showing it to consumers. Mate, what do you think of this? And they were like, well, I just want to kind of know how I can make my house look better.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how to negotiate, how to
Yeah.
get your buyer to increase 3 times, and all this kind of stuff.
Well, I think the key there is finding out what they actually want to know about.
Yeah.
Instead of assuming what they want to know about. And I think as estate agents, we do that. We go into a house and we think, well, they're going to want the best price. They're going to want us to be on Rightmove. They're going to want us to have glossy leaflets. They're going to want us to have a 3D virtual tour. So we make all these assumptions and pitch on that rather than actually finding out what they have value in.
Which is just amazing, because in our appraisal structure here at Power Bespoke, and it's in the Power Agent course, is that the first thing you do is sit down, and I learned this from Josh Fegan, so it's nothing original, is you sit them down and go through the why, what, when, where, how. And
Yep.
just straight away, why am I here?
Yep.
How can I help?
That's it.
Agents assume they're there to sell the house, so they're going there, boss, you want to sell your house? Great, we do this, we do that, we do Matterport, we do this. Actually, when they sit down and say, I just want to get moved with the least disruption because I don't want my neighbours knowing. Wicked.
Yeah.
Low-key pocket listing.
Yeah.
And it'd be you listen. It's so good. That's proper sales,
exactly,
man.
exactly. And that actually brings us on to that personalisation we were talking about earlier. Stuff that's starting to come out in the market now, and we said personal brands are the future, but the sidekick of personal brands is personalisation and tailoring everything you do to match what the client wants or needs, right? So even, for example, in your website, if you know that they're looking for lettings, then you can tailor your website to attract landlords. And this can be done now automatically via finding out by a little questionnaire on your website to ask what they're looking for. So even if it's the first thing they see when they come to a website, I mean, these are just ideas I'm thinking off the cuff now. What's stopping you having a website that when they get there, the first thing they see is, well, how can we help you today? You look,
Probably trying to sell, thinking of selling.
Yeah, boom. So they click the right one, and boom, in an instant, your website is tailored for that person.
Something like, here's a great guide for you when, and then it pulls the thing selected when
you're
thinking of selling.
That's right,
or when
exactly.
trying to sell.
Exactly.
That's like
and
next level.
That's next level, and that's really gonna up your conversions. And if you want to think about how you're gonna kill off the big players and the portals and all this extra cost that you're going through, that's how it's going to be done. It's going to be by offering your users and your clients a completely different experience.
Yeah.
So, we've got at the moment, like I said, we've got a generation of agents now, which are, I'm sorry, but copy-paste agents all running around calling themselves different. But you're not. You're all exactly the same. You're wearing a different suit, and that's it. You're trying to win on personality and stuff like that, but you're not really any different. But if you can offer the user a different experience.
And what I find really well is when you're writing any kind of nurture emails, is talk to them.
Talk to them.
That one person. Take away newsletters are like them. When I get newsletters in 2019, it
is a wind up.
I don't unsubscribe because, by the way, I've heard I use a thing called Sanebox on my Gmail inbox. It's wicked, but I've heard that when you unsubscribe, they can then just flog that data to people illegally.
Who can?
The people you unsubscribe from. That's how you end up on dirty, horrible lists. So I keep it in there. But anyway, newsletters do my head in.
I mean,
if someone said, "Hey Perry," no logo,
no logos,
colours,
no branding,
almost like a personal typed email at
scale.
scale.
That brings me on to that like email stationery, whatever the fucking term is nowadays, where you got all this branding crap in your email. Your email's not an advert, all right? Plain and simple.
From his conversation.
Your email is a conversation between two adults, generally, okay? And that's the way it should be kept. I mean, what is the point of having a link in your email to an automated valuation tool? The purpose of the automated valuation tool is to get their email. If you're speaking by email, you've already got it.
And they're further down the funnel.
They're already further. They don't need to go back into this thing, right? It makes no sense. So just scale it back and go back to personal communication. It's going to get you a lot further.
Sam Hunter, I like this one. And also, what the F is a Facebook ad lead form?
Okay, so let's talk about that. So
I love them.
You love them.
I love them.
I'm not the biggest fan, but they do work. So the traditional way of capturing information from a client was to serve an advert and say, for example, in our advert, I'd have an advert that says, "Hey, estate agent, would you like a free canvassing letter template? Click below to download." And then they click on it and go to my website, where there'll be a landing page, and it will say the exact same thing again. And then they got to click again and put their email address in, and then I'll send them the goodies. Okay. So the purpose of the lead form is to bypass that entirely, right? So when they click the button, a form pre-filled pops up on Facebook. So they haven't left Facebook. They haven't gone anywhere else. It pops up. They just got to click the button and they subscribe. But obviously you've got to connect it to your ESP, your email service provider. But it works quite well. For me, I found when testing that the cost per lead was slightly higher. And also, if you try to get things like phone number and stuff like that, people tend to bounce.
It can be wrong because when you set your Facebook account up, 10 years ago, you might have a different phone number and
email.
Who's updated their Facebook phone number since ever.
Also, with a landing page, for me, I find that I can cram in a few more reasons as to why they might subscribe. I can also build my custom audiences with Facebook tracking pixels and stuff like that. I know you can do that with the lead form, but I'm still not a massive fan. I prefer actually pushing people into my chatbot where I can properly segment them. But that's going to complicate things far too much for this call.
We've got what else we got? You can save Word docs in PDF too. Yeah, you can, Tony. Great shout. You can save Word docs. Yeah, save as PDF.
Yeah.
Can you give me an example of what game changers or no-brainers have been said? No names, of course. Just curious.
Well, without saying names, I mean, really, we're talking about any kind of tech, really, that comes to market that says they're going to revolutionise your business.
And do you know what? Right, it's a really good point because I'm all for this home search. People know about it. Sam come to me after seeing me speak at a little tech thing, and he messaged me saying, you sound like the kind of company we're trying to align with. It'd be great for you to test this.
Yeah.
He didn't say it's a game changer.
Yeah.
He said, we've got a vision, and that's all agent needs is 3 tabs: CRM, email, and home search.
Yeah.
And my God, is he living up to that vision?
Yeah.
So good. And if he was like, it's a game changer, it's gonna let you sell 5 more houses a month, I would have switched off. I sell 5 more houses a month. There's nothing that can possibly you can give me that can help me sell 5 more houses a month. I'll be able to get more clients from it potentially. I get all that, but I'm the one that sells the house. And anyone that thinks people don't sell houses is a slap round the thief.
Literally. I think the only real no-brainer is the phone and email.
I mean, the phone is a game changer.
Yeah, the phone changed the game. The phone, and so did the internet. The internet completely changed the game.
And I never heard a thing once say, this is a game changer. Like, welcome to the internet. This
is a game changer. You should use it.
Because after a year, it changed the game.
Anyway, right, what else we got?
Vanity metrics. We'll talk about that.
I think we covered it.
Reach.
So, vanity metrics in Facebook ads. I was starting to talk about Facebook ads and close me off, but anyway, vanity metrics. Look, when it comes to Facebook advertising, you really need to have a goal in mind. What do you want to achieve with this Facebook ad or this Facebook post? I've seen a lot of people getting excited lately about organic reach on their post. And then you ask them like, well, how many viewings did you book from that? Oh, well, I didn't count that. All right. Well, then what was the point? Oh, it's for brand awareness. Okay. So how much brand awareness did you get? Oh, I don't know. Well, how do you measure brand awareness? And there's no answer. So for me, unless you can quantify it, what you're doing and what the result of that is to your business, there is no point. You're just patting your... And that brings me on to another thing, the whole patting on the back that we've got going on lately.
Yeah, but you are naturally quite brutal with stuff like that.
Yeah. Then I won't say anything about it, but you really don't need to be patting yourselves on the back in front of other estate agents. You need to be out there building authority in your market. Stop inviting other estate agents to like your page, right? Because you don't need likes, you need an audience. And an audience of relevant people are vendors and landlords and buyers and sellers and tenants and whatever in your town. That's your relevant audience, and those are the people that you need to like your page. All right, so someone having 1,000 likes is not as good as someone having 200 followers, right? 200 people that actually want this information,
or who actually live in their town,
live in the town. Okay, so just bear that in mind, and think about things like click-through rate, conversion rate, and cost per lead. And a lead is someone who submitted their details, not someone who's clicked on your advert. Okay, simple as that. Right.
2 last things. VPP. So this is you see, now I've copied, but I've changed. So just to prove the point, I just can't do the same as someone else for the sake of it being the same as someone else, right? I'm a changer. I love changing things, whether they need changing sometimes or not. But
he tweaks a lot.
Vendor paid marketing in the Australia, VPM. I've called it VPP because it's Power Bespoke and it sounds quite cool, but it's vendor paid promotion, right?
Right, okay.
So, and it works. And we started doing it. I never done it before because I really wasn't that comfortable with it. But let me tell you how I've got it in my mind, framed in my mind. Rob Wells, a new agent, joined us, and he'd been charging for photography for quite a while. Don't agree with that, and we sorted that out. Now he's joined us. Power Bespoke pay for all the photography, as standard, no matter what, whether the sellers take out a VPP option or not. Right? They get the free profile. That is, to me, there's a lot of arguments that an agent should be paying for their marketing. I get that, but as an agent these days, you should be presenting the property to the market in the best possible way.
Yeah.
Right. So the profile, I think, is because if a client said to me, "Oh no, thanks, Perry, I'll do my own pictures," I ain't going to say, "No, you ain't. I'm not having that on my brand, and that's not good enough."
No, you are going to say that.
No, I'm not going to say. Yeah, of course, yeah.
You are going to say that.
I'm going to have to say, "No, you're not."
Yeah. No, you're going to have to step up. And say, no,
so profile, I think, is a given, but with the VPP options, we've got stuff like the amount of clients that have taken the £300 targeted Facebook ad campaign has been immense.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The amount of clients that we had like 18 featured property boxes, and I do like them still, don't get me wrong. But when you say to someone, this is what we can offer, and they're like, "Oh no, it's fine. We don't want that."
Yeah.
Like, it's really interesting what you think as agents people want, and then what they actually want. So people,
and you end up paying for all that stuff as well. We're like, end up throwing it in.
So how it's built up, we've got 11 premium promotion options now, and the take up's been great. We've got people paying for their own video, so we will do a basic video, but we've got a premium video, we've got a presented video, we've got a drone video. Like, where do you draw the line? Someone said in the group the other day that it's an agent's job to present the house the best way into the market. I know that's not true because he ain't doing drones on every single listing.
Yeah, and
paying for it.
And you can look. There's nothing. Nobody's saying cut down your service.
No,
we're saying give people a great service in terms of getting good photographs done, getting it onto a major portal if necessary, and presenting it to the best of presenting it very well, and then having some premium add-ons that, if they want them, can add a bit more revenue to your bottom line, right?
And we're finding people, those people that are just like, I want everything minded. Like, they're that premium minded people. Because these people align with our brand, because we know who we're targeting. We're not serving everyone. We've got a very tunnel vision on who we want to serve, and we get people on the peripherals because of that.
Yeah.
But some people are just like, I want my house to be featured. I'm like, cool. So we will feature your house as part of our service for free, but not for the whole campaign of the property.
Yeah.
If you want your house feature property for the whole campaign, it's X amount.
Yeah.
So that's working really well. I'll report back. We implemented it literally 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I can't give you any guaranteed figures.
But I think that's an expectation. I mean, like, you can see it.
I'm partly to blame for that, because for the last 3 years I've been, or whatever.
You can see it out in the real world anyway, Perry. Like, anything you subscribe to nowadays will have a basic package, a premium package, and then the super duper deluxe package, right? And the first package is still really, really good. It will get the job done, But if they want the extra bells and whistles, then they pay for it, right?
Yes, what we're tracking massively, like the instructions and the sales where the seller paid for VPP, and just saying to them, look, we will get you an outcome. We will get it in on average, 30 days without, if they want to pay for any premium, which is fine. But it's 20 days with our premium option.
Yeah. Well, that'd be nice to see those results.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to track. And also, it's not an upsell, because we would never say you need all 11 of these. I went to a house the other day, and I said to him, look, forget 8 of the things, but you really need these 3. You need some specialist magazine advertising, because it was a question property, horse and hound.
Yeah.
You need some dronage, because your house is 15 acres and it's really close to the town, rising up, panning across. You need that. And you need something else. It was a targeted Facebook ad. People targeted to equestrian. Forget the featured, forget this, forget that, forget the glossy brochures that some agents charge £1,000 for. Like, that's all just crap, because by the time I can give it to them,
it's got to add actual value, right?
They're at the house anyway.
Yeah.
So that's working really well. So I'll report back, but I do believe an agent should be presenting the property to the market in the best possible light. But from a promotion point of view, the seller should be putting a hand in their pocket as well and contributing, investing in their outcome as much as we invest our time in their outcome and money. Yeah, they should also be investing.
But you're also there to, you're offering the advice, the shoulder, when it's need be. You're the tactician for them as much as anything else, not just the marketer. But
and we only pay for Profo because it's a 10, 100, £1,000 an hour jobs kind of thing, and I think an agent could do more productive stuff having someone else go and do their pictures as opposed to sitting around the house doing a floor plan of pictures.
Agreed.
Right, any more questions?
Right, some questions there. So there's one there from Paul.
What's good way ideas to increase and build our Facebook followers?
So Charlie popped in and out.
Oh, hey Charlie, how you doing, man?
What's a good way to increase and build our followers? Give value. Sorry, I forgot where I was looking there. Give value. Just give value, give value, give value, give value, give value, and people will start to follow you. Put videos out, promote some videos.
I've got a massive one here.
And just keep, giving information and building your authority, and you will get followers naturally. People start to share stuff that you post.
But don't leave that to chance. Ask for the share.
Yeah.
Right?
Ask.
This is what on all your posts. P.S. Please share this post in case one of your friends is thinking they're moving.
Yeah.
And then they're doing it for paying it forward for their friend, not for you.
Yeah.
They're doing it for your friend.
Yeah.
For their friend. This is important. They're tagging in their friends and also.
Yeah.
And then their friends start following you. Oh, I like this. More of this.
Yeah. Follow groups in your area. Get involved in groups. So there might be community groups in your area full of people. So get in there and answer people's questions. If someone asks a question about property-related matter in one of these groups, get in there and answer it. Even if it's not property-related, just answer it. Build relationships with these groups. I done a live on that the other day in my garden, my random thing. I was like, I'm going to go in the garden and do a live. But a big part of that, though, massively engage in groups. Yeah.
And go back from historic posts. Search the group for, the word agent, and you're going to just find that the ones that have been in the market 8 months now are going to be put in your hand.
That there is a golden nugget right there. Definitely.
But don't engage unless your profile is semi-open. I think some people close off their Facebook profile thinking, it's private. Nothing's private in this world.
You could follow. You could join the group from a page. So I would do it from my public figure profile.
Yeah, if you've got one of them.
Yeah.
If not, tonight start engaging. Open up your make it semi-open, and make sure your current employment or work situation is filled out. So the amount of people, even requesting to join the Power Agent group, right? I've got 3 questions just to try and find out if they're an estate agent, because there's so many people that haven't got, estate agent at so-and-so estate agent.
Or even a profile picture sometimes.
Yeah, and you need that, because if you're going to engage or you're adding content out there in the social world, they're going to click on your profile for sure and be like, that was really helpful. Click. It says Perry Power, estate agent in brackets, because I use the previous married name box to put the words estate agent in. Another golden tip. Yeah. It says Perry Power and in brackets estate agent. Might say property negotiator actually, because I've gone down that route. But further down, it's got my current where I'm working and who I work for and what I do.
So there you go.
Golden.
VPA for life.
Funny that from an Australian mate.
Australia. I've seen private seller locally set up a Facebook page for their property and are trying to market it by that. Any thoughts on doing this as an agent?
I think that's good, right? But I just think from a pure scalability and management point of view, it's like, I think that's better than setting up a microsite for every house, personally. But
I don't see the point.
Right.
Honestly, I can't see it as their own seller. Maybe it might be worth it, but as an agent, I think it's going to be time consuming. Number one,
I think you're better off posting on
you're
Marketplace.
just better
right?
off. Yeah. Well, there's no. You can only put to let properties on there.
Right.
For some reason, it's not quite fully.
Facebook hasn't decided to take over the real estate
No,
world
not
yet.
They're cautious on the UK market. But you could do a post which you can boost. We spoke about boosting posts yesterday on another live call. There is absolutely nothing wrong with boosting posts. I know we've liked to boost hate for quite a while, and I did it as well for some time. But boosting is a good way to see and measure engagement and see if that post is actually worthy of an advert. You can always, if it's getting good engagement, good likes, good shares, you can always turn it into a proper advert. But it's a good way of filtering your audience.
Well, I do that from my natural organic posts as well.
Yeah.
See which ones are getting like 1,000 plus versus 300.
Yeah, that's right. And that's the one you want to, pay some attention to. Right. And, there's people like, I mentioned yesterday, people like Frank Kern now is advocating not even using targeting options in the adverts.
Mad, isn't it?
Like, don't use targeting options. Just select your area, right? Put out a video, and everyone that watches 25% or whatever it is of that video, retarget those people because they are definitely interested in your business. That's the thing with Facebook ads is you're kind of guessing who might like your advert or who might be interested in your business. It's a bit like I've said before, a bit like modern day leafleting.
And also with that, like just because someone liked something 3 years ago on Facebook, doesn't mean I'm so interested in it these days.
Yeah, no. Well,
I might have liked Volkswagen back then.
But I don't think I'm not sure how long that will stay in your targeting
because I know everything.
But you can really instead of so I was saying it's a bit like modern day leafleting. So in leafleting times we would go, oh, I need some houses over there, so let's send leaflets to every house in that area, and hopefully someone will respond, right? And it's the same with Facebook ads. We say to Facebook, oh, see everyone over there that is interested in this, and this. Show them my advert, and hopefully some of them will respond. Okay, but doing it this way with a boosted video, let's say, to everyone, whoever watches the video
are interested.
They're interested. So it's those people that you now show your conversion advert to, or the people that you want to start to engage with your brand. And then you have a high quality audience of people. But anyway.
I think you're right, though, is Facebook ads and digital marketing is becoming more simpler, I think, as well. Not from when you talk dynamic page content, when you talk the Google platform and YouTube ads and search ads and Gmail ads, and I mean it's a whole nother level.
Yeah,
but the fundamentals of it are getting more simpler, I think, particularly with the targeting options that have changed with GDPR and stuff. Yeah,
so I mean, something that's really helped lately on a similar subject is campaign budget optimization. That helps people now to push budget into adverts that are performing rather than not performing. We'll talk about that on another call. There's also videos in the Facebook group about that. Sorry, I just got distracted by somebody who's joined the group. Yeah, perfect. Perfect timing. Paul Long, thanks for joining. If you've got any comments on what we just said, by all means, post them in there.
Next question. Sorry, have I cut you off again or what?
Yeah, he's cut me off again, but never mind.
You do it to me all the time anyway. Skin in the game shows real. Yeah, so Sam, skin in the game. Now this is years and years ago when I was a young agent and I was Sean Newman. You would have all heard of him. Was really my beacon. So you say to people like we've got to follow something like Australian American to start change. Sean was really my guy that I was watching years ago, and I learnt the 3 or 4 rule from him. So a listing's good if it matches 3 of the 4 criteria, right?
Yeah.
So still take it. Oh shit fee, but still take it.
Mine was the 3 Ps.
Right. Yeah. Well, price, presentation, promotion.
Price, position, presentation.
Yeah. So the 3 or 4 rule, I loved it. It was simple, resonated with me. You can drop your fee a little bit if it's going to have a bold, they're motivated sellers and are taking your advice on price. Yeah. So that's really good. But because of the what Sam's just said is that VPA shows skin in the game. We've got that, and now
I don't know what that means.
VPA, vendor paid advertising,
skin in the game.
Sellers pay him some money for additional marketing, shows their intent and motivation as a seller.
Right. Okay.
And some people might be skint and generally can't afford it, which is understandable. But what I'm getting at is we've now got the new kind of 6 of 8 rule. So there's 8 criteria, including VPP. Are they taking out VPP? Are they buying on? And are they interested in the Power Egg service? As long as it matches 6 of the 8, it's a healthy instruction from our business point of view.
Right. Okay.
But I'll come across that another day.
All right.
Nicola, hey, hope you're recording this. We are, sir. We're doing it live, so it's going to go into the group later on. Awesome. Good to see you, Nicola.
Well, that's not always a given, because I've started toying with the idea of not having the replay.
Yeah.
Because I just want people to show up.
Yeah.
You know, I've driven 2 hours here
and help
to show up, so you can show up and be part of the call and add some comments.
But
anyway,
in everyone's defence, I did make this very short
notice.
We
was short notice.
If it was a week's notice, I'd understand.
I'm not saying that's going to be what happens, but this one there will be a replay.
Mate, do you know what?
Watch everyone go now.
Do you know what?
Have we covered everything?
Pretty much, apart from this little package I've got down here.
The package. Right, come on in. Let's have it.
So I put a post. So we've never really done our top 4 appraisal instruction sources are agent recommendation, agent personal network. So our guys are massaging their personal network all the time. Very important. Past buyers, past sellers, Facebook friends, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Recommendation. They want to buy through us, and warm appies, right? So appies register via Zoopla, Rightmove to view a house. If houses to sell, if you ain't converting these 40% of them, don't spend a penny on any marketing, because you need to get better at doing what you do first, right?
Yeah, agreed.
The 5th one is I'm now layering on to try and go up scale a bit more, because we've kind of hit a bit of a plateau with those 4 kind of lead sources.
Yeah.
I'm now putting on some targeted touting by that canvassing touting.
All right. All right, so we've changed a bit of tact.
Yeah.
The person that not so long ago wouldn't do anything like that.
But I only didn't do it because I don't think you should do 50 things at once. You should do a handful of things really well and then build up and level up. So now we've got to the stage where I now need to do some targeted direct. It's not direct mail, because these things here, we're going to hand deliver them. They've got a little bow, a little box. I've measured my letterbox, measured the box. It fits through the letterbox if they're not in.
Yeah.
We're going to knock the door, so it ties in with door knocking. We're just going to say, like, hey, I see you on the market, or we're going to target withdrawn, reduced, fallen through, and slow movers.
Okay.
Right? So we're trialling this in certain areas.
And where are we getting that info from?
We're going to get that info from a data supplier, which is Loop currently. Okay. There's no address merging needed, because I'm going to send it dear homeowner. We're literally hand delivering it. Yep. I'll employ, or I'll take on a semi-retired postman or something, or someone who would happily want to do this job. For scale, it's better the agent knocks the door, but for scale, it never get done, or it should get done, but then there's always an excuse why it didn't get done that week.
I think it should get done.
That's it should get done, but
I don't think you should hire any retired anybody. Get out there and farm your market if you can.
If they're stacked out, so they're going to open it up, and inside it, bit cringy, but I hope it's going to...
No, well, don't, you know.
I hope it's going to work well.
You put a tea bag in there.
And wait, don't ruin the surprise. So, Sarah Benson, amazing agent, amazing business owner. She put a picture in the group the other day about 4 letters through the same letterbox for the same property. And I was like, just as I was planning these, I was like, cheers, Sarah, you've confirmed my suspicions. So these cost £5 hand delivered.
Wow.
Right? So it's quite high.
Yeah.
But all we need is a 5% conversion rate.
Okay.
I'm hoping the quality and the differentiation might just get us that, but we'll see.
Okay.
And then at scale, I can cut the cost per package delivered. Inside it, we have got a Kit Kat, because there's a reason in a minute, and
a cup of tea.
A tea, Drury, quality tea and coffee tea bag. And let me tell you roughly what it says, and you're going to rip it to pieces because you're a copywriter and I'm not. The opener basically says, did you know 52% of properties we sell failed to sell the previous estate agency?
Yeah.
Right? Just to get a bit engaged. Hi, Roberto here, partner agent for House by Property Negotiators. Anyway, it goes on to say, I noticed the asking price of your property was reduced recently. I'm really sorry to see that.
Nice. So it's specific.
In short, it's targeted. Ensure your agent follows step 6 of the enclosed plan. Inside that package is our 11-step plan, which a lot of you would have known because you've all got one.
Brilliant. Yeah.
You'll find enclosed a sachet of Drury, tea and coffee, and a Kit Kat. So you can take a break and regroup, right?
Love that, yeah.
There are 4 key reasons why I'm confident I can help you sell. I'm a certified advanced negotiator. Anyone that you knows we've done that certification. And negotiate my clients £16,300 more for their property on average. That's the stat for that agent from initial offer to sale agreed.
Yeah.
I'll stick to our tried and tested 11-step sale plan enclosed. We are independently rated as in top 3% of estate agents in the country.
Yeah.
that's a little bit braggish, but I wanted them to know they'd be in safe hands.
Okay.
Selling properties requires a proactive, different approach, a bit like this package. Bit cringy, but it says it does on the tin. Please call, text, WhatsApp me anytime in clear confidence so we can discuss your sale. Our personal number is blah, 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 blah. In the meantime, I've enclosed a copy of our 11-step plan, some recent client success stories with phone numbers of the client to call even before they've met the agent. So I'll report back.
Yeah, I think that's very nice. And another thing I did like that you did here that he didn't mention, but I think was probably one of the most important things.
Oh shit, yeah.
Is a link back to his website. And I think you should be including that in any kind of media that you put out or through people's letterbox, because it's your opportunity. It's the lowest barrier of entry. If they haven't called you, if they haven't emailed you, if they haven't done anything, one thing they would probably do is visit the link. Yeah. All right, because they don't think they've done it. They just think they're invisible, and then you tag them with your Facebook pixel,
retag that, yeah,
Google tracking, whatever it is. They're now in your marketing ecosphere. Is the word I'd use.
And what I've done is that specifically says this. It says don't forget. So it's at the top is did you know, and bottom don't forget. Visit powerspoke.uk/report to get your free bespoke property report. And that /report is a form for them to send Sam's.
Can I just say, don't all go there and put your name in that. That will really mess up the stats. Yeah. All right. Go and have a look by all means. But, this is being tracked and tested.
It really is in testing stage. Yeah. So I promise you I will report back to if we get our 5% convert. All we need is 5% of these to respond to have an appraisal. Yeah. I'm not saying we need 5% of these sold. Yeah. Because on our appraisal conversion and average fees and that kind of stuff, it works really well at 5%.
And how would they know who should open that when it gets there? What if it just
Good point. Thanks for pissing them up, Parade.
It just came up now when I was looking at it. I was like, how
do you know what?
What if the teenager picks it up?
They'll have to work it out and open it and be like, Mum, you got a Kit Kat here from some geezer called Perry.
Fair enough.
And because I don't want to put homeowner or registered owner or that kind of jazz. I want to make it. I want to make it very surprised.
Oh, mate.
Don't start now. And yes, I could have put a stick-on bloody little thing on there, but the quality of taking the time.
I understand what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Thanks.
It's all good. It's thinking differently, and I like that. So,
mate, that's been awesome.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of stuff. Is there anything else on here?
No.
What's this? All this gear you've written down here?
I've covered that when you were
having a munch. Right, we've covered that.
Strong chat, boys. Wicked. Thank you very much, Sam.
So, what's that? Oh, Oliver Gleave. Oliver Gleave came in.
I did mention Luke.
You mentioned Luke. We mentioned Luke. Where were you?
We are getting that data from Luke, Mr.
Oh, they are. Out of interest, where are you getting those addresses from?
Yeah. With a wink. I was fully intending on mentioning
monkey.
Of all the prospecting packs I've come across, this is a winner. Truly great content. Thank you very much, Oliver.
You'll be getting one through your door shortly.
This is like a lot of estate agents at times. It might look good, but it might be a load of shit.
Yeah, but you're only going to find out
until we try.
It doesn't matter.
So I'm going to report back, and thanks to your team, Oliver, as well for helping me with. I told them I was doing this, and we're going to do. We're hitting 150, like 50 reduced, 50 fall throughs, 50 withdrawals, and 50 smooth movers to trial it and see what the response is like.
Yeah.
Then we're trialing it in a core area, cold area.
Yeah.
Sorry, core area, fringes, cold.
I'd still like to see that inserted. I mean, I know you have to do it this way now, but in the future, I'd like to see something like that inserted into your journey.
Like a pre-val pack.
So well, it would be nice to see it right from the first seed, like them seeing your Facebook advert. They've got they've downloaded your free guide. They've now gone to back. They did instruct somebody else, but it's part of the if then that journey.
Well, and I think the more these things will work well with, the more the world goes online. Yeah, we're actually going back to offline, but another level of we ain't just putting a touting letter on a letter ladder every 2 weeks. Like it's we'll see. But I'm excited by it because it's the fifth. We need to get direct mail working for Power Bespoke anyway. We've never done it before. Now it's time to layer it on. This is a trial. Then I might just trial something else. Who knows?
Yeah, cool. So, any questions? Good banter. Yeah, always good banter. Steve Betts, you're joining now.
That's all right. We are going. But
you're joining now.
How long has it been so far?
Okay, it's been like
hour and a half.
Yeah.
Awesome.
About an hour
That's
and a half.
Probably as long as we can probably take with.
I feel like I'm running out of a bit of steam.
I'm going to get questions.
Yeah.
It's
I think
been
we've covered a
awesome.
lot of stuff. We might
Yeah.
have meandered a little bit. Perry cut me off loads. I cut him off loads, but we haven't done this for a while. And we totally disagree on most points, which is what I think makes it fun, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been watching us from the other feed. Oh, all right, we let him off. Oh, yeah, he has. He's not lying.
Yeah,
He's telling the truth. I'll let you off, Steve. All right, guys, really, really appreciate your time. I hope you got something out of it. If there's any questions, by all means, just message Perry or myself, and we're glad to help. But the key points are, you don't need to buy into every piece of junk out there. That's a game changer or no-brainer. Stick to the fundamentals. You need a good CRM. Normally, you need a telephone and you need an email platform system, and something to tell people about your properties.
Create content, push it out on your personal brand. Good content.
Create good content, push it on your personal brand. Use other people's great ideas as a base for your next great idea.
Yeah.
Don't just copy and paste it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just never going to work.
It's just that point of don't copy paste because it needs to be written in your tone of voice.
Yeah, that's right.
How you're going to be in the living room.
That's right.
All people read of mine, they're going to hear from me when I sit in front of them.
That's right. If you're going to call yourself different, be different. Another thing, sorry, a little bone of contention. We as agents sometimes have the habit of calling ourselves honest and integrity and trust and all this and that. But I'm going to say this, when you call yourself the honest estate agent, what you're actually saying is that everyone else is dishonest. And effectively what you do is cast aspersions on your industry. So I would avoid that kind of terminology. You want people to think that all agents are of a professional standard, and just differentiate yourself in a different way by the service that you offer.
When I was 17 as a trainee agent and I was delivering an offer, my boss gave me a lot of responsibility. Quick one, I'll make it quick. Mainly because he just didn't want to do any work himself. But as a result, I learned really quickly. I was delivering an offer, and I said to the client, to be honest with you, I think it'll be the best you're going to get.
Yeah.
He pulled me up and said, why did you say that? Now they're thinking that when you don't say that, you're not being honest.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Like, you're always honest.
That's exactly
just say,
right.
this is going to be the best offer you're going to get, in my opinion. Like, not to be honest with you.
Yeah,
And that ties in exactly the same.
Exactly.
There's almost like those default values.
That's right.
Honest, integrity,
That's
and
right. When,
trusted.
if you're, I just think that if you're using that kind of terminology, you're throwing out the energy that other agents might be dishonest or lacking in integrity. And if they are, then
one thing that I've run
Anyway.
Power Bespoke by is don't tell me you're funny, make me laugh.
Yeah.
Love that one.
Yeah. Cool.
On that note,
guys, that's been really great. We've loved having you
have a
and
wicked
doing this
evening.
again.
What's left of it?
And we'll see you in the groups.
I'm off for a month, so
He's
next
off
week
for a month.
I'm off for a month getting married and going on a honeymoon. I can't wait, and I'll look forward to seeing you all.
You can send all the presents to my house. I'll be sure to deliver them to Perry personally. All right, guys, thanks again,
Love it.
and we'll see you in the next one.
Take care.
Bye for now.